She pulled back. She went cold. She said something designed to shake you. And the moment you reacted, the moment you chased, texted twice, or got emotional, you failed a test you didn't even know you were taking. And here's the part that stings. She didn't even do it consciously. Her nervous system ran that test automatically, and your reaction told her everything she needed to know. This video is going to change how you respond to women forever. Olivia here. Welcome to HerAlgorithm, where we go inside the female mind and give you the clarity most men never find. Today we are breaking down the Stoic response, what it actually is, why women test men in the first place, the 5 most common tests she will run on you, and exactly how a grounded man responds to each one. If you've ever lost a woman because you reacted instead of responded, stay all the way through. This one is for you. Why women test men and why it's not what you think. Let's start at the root. Most men hear the word test and immediately think manipulation. They think she's playing games. She's being difficult on purpose. But that's the wrong frame entirely, and holding that frame will cost you. Here's the truth. Women don't test men out of malice. They test men out of biology. From an evolutionary standpoint, a woman's survival and her children's survival historically depended on choosing a man who was genuinely strong, stable, and capable under pressure. Not just a man who appeared strong on a good day, but a man who remained grounded when things got uncomfortable. Dr. Robert Cialdini's research on social influence explains this clearly. Humans don't just respond to what people say. We respond to what people do under pressure. Words are cheap. Behavior under stress is the truth. So when she goes cold, when she says something provocative, when she withdraws suddenly, part of her nervous system is asking, does he fall apart or does he stay solid? That's the test. And it runs automatically beneath her conscious awareness. Here's the core principle you need to lock in before we go any further. Reacting lowers your value. Responding raises it. Reaction is emotional, impulsive, and driven by anxiety. Response is calm, intentional, and driven by self-awareness. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. That principle, applied to dating, is the difference between the man she chases and the man she leaves. Test number 1, the emotional withdrawal. She was warm. Now she's cold. Her texts are short. Her energy is flat. She's physically present, but emotionally somewhere else, and you have no idea why. Most men panic here. They double text. They ask, did I do something wrong? They over-explain. They flood her with attention, trying to get back the warmth she just took away. And every single one of those moves communicates the same thing. Your mood controls me. Here's what's actually happening psychologically. When a woman withdraws emotionally, she's often in a state of internal processing. She may be stressed, overwhelmed, or simply testing whether your confidence is conditional, whether your stability depends on her emotional output. Dr. John Gottman, the relationship researcher who has spent over 4 decades studying couples, found that emotional regulation, the ability to stay calm during relationship tension, is one of the strongest predictors of long-term attraction and commitment. Men who can regulate their own emotional state without seeking constant reassurance from their partner are consistently rated as more attractive and more trustworthy. The Stoic response to emotional withdrawal. You notice it. You don't pretend it isn't there. But you don't chase it either. You give her space without resentment. You don't manufacture distance to punish her, but you don't abandon your life waiting for her to return. You continue showing up as yourself, grounded, present, not anxious. Because here's the paradox. When you don't panic during her emotional withdrawal, you demonstrate that your value is internal, not dependent on her validation. And that, right there, is what reattracts her faster than any text message ever could. Test number 2, the provocative statement. She says something sharp. Maybe she mentions another man casually. Maybe she says, "I don't know if this is working." Maybe she tells you, "I've been talking to my ex." She drops it and then watches you. Most men explode or collapse. They either get angry, "What do you mean you've been talking to your ex?" Or they shrink. "I'll do better, I promise, just tell me what you need." Both responses are losses. Both signal the same thing. Her words have power over your emotional state. Behavioral psychologist Dr. Albert Mehrabian's research on communication reveals that emotional tone carries more weight in interpersonal dynamics than the actual content of words. When she makes a provocative statement, she's not always testing the content of what she said. She's testing your emotional response to it. The Stoic response to the provocative statement: neutral acknowledgement without emotional spike. No explosion, no collapse. Something like, "Okay, I hear you," and then you continue being yourself. Silence is powerful here. A composed pause says more than 10 anxious sentences. When you don't take the bait, you communicate emotional maturity. You communicate that you are not easily moved, and to a woman's nervous system, a man who is not easily destabilized feels safe. And safe, in the context of attraction, is deeply compelling. Do not mistake composure for passivity. Stoic response doesn't mean you say nothing forever. It means you respond from a place of strength, not from a place of fear. If something crosses your boundary, you address it calmly and clearly, but you never perform anger to prove you care. That performance is the trap. Test number 3, sudden independence push. She starts pulling away from plans. She's emphasizing how much she enjoys time alone. She talks about finding herself. She frames the relationship in terms of I more than we. This is the independence test, and as I broke down in a previous video, this one has layers. Sometimes the independence push is genuine. She's growing, she's stressed, she needs breathing room. In that case, a man who can respect her autonomy without becoming insecure is a man she'll come back to with more attraction. But sometimes, and pay attention here, the independence push is a soft test of how quickly you'll fold. She's checking. If I pull back slightly, does he panic and shrink? Or does he remain steady and expand? The Stoic response to the independence push: you match her energy without resentment. You grant the space confidently, not passively, not resentfully, confidently. That's fine. I've been meaning to focus on a few things myself. And then you actually do it. You expand your own life. You pursue your goals. You make yourself more interesting. Here's the psychology behind why this works. When you resist the urge to cling, you activate what relationship therapists call productive tension. Tension, in the right amounts, is a driver of attraction. It creates longing. Absence, managed correctly, makes her reassess what she has. And more often than not, that reassessment swings in your favor. The man who remains grounded when she pulls is the man she questions losing. Test number 4, the comparison game. She mentions a guy from work who gets her. She tells you about how someone else did something she wishes you would do. She draws a subtle comparison, never direct, always just clear enough to sting. Most men respond to this with either jealousy or performance. They either get territorial and controlling, which signals insecurity, or they immediately try to become whatever she seems to admire in that other man, which signals that her words have the power to reshape who you are. Neither response serves you. The Stoic response to comparison: you acknowledge it without adopting it. You do not justify yourself. You do not compete. You simply remain the man you are. Sounds like he handled that well, and you move on. This is not indifference. This is self-assurance. A man who is genuinely secure doesn't feel the need to compete with every name she drops, because he knows his own value isn't determined by comparison. Psychologist Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs describes self-actualization as the highest form of human functioning, the stage where a person operates from their own internal standard rather than external comparison. When you respond to the comparison game from that place, you communicate that you are operating at a level most men never reach. And women feel that distinction, even when they can't articulate it. Test number 5, the silence test. She stops reaching out. Completely. No good morning, no random check-in. The conversational thread you've been building together just goes quiet. This is perhaps the most psychologically difficult test for men to navigate, because it activates every fear of abandonment and rejection that exists in the male emotional system. Most men break the silence immediately. They send a message, then another, then something slightly desperate. Hey, you okay? And then, did I do something? And just like that, all the composed energy they've built dissolves into anxiety. The Stoic response to the silence test: you don't fill it. You sit inside it without panic. You occupy your life. You trust your own value. Not because you're playing games, not because you're performing aloofness, but because you genuinely know that your worth doesn't change based on whether or not she's texting you. If the silence goes beyond a reasonable window and warrants a check-in, you reach out once, calmly, briefly, with no emotional charge behind it. Hey, hope you're well, and then you return to your life, regardless of whether she responds immediately. The psychology here is important. Research on attachment theory, first developed by John Bowlby and later expanded by researchers like Dr. Sue Johnson, shows that anxious attachment behaviors, constant texting, reassurance seeking, emotional chasing, actually push securely attached partners further away. Whereas secure, calm behavior creates a gravitational pull. You want to be gravity, not the orbit. What the Stoic response is not. Before we close, this needs to be said directly. Stoic response is not suppression. It is not pretending you don't feel anything. It is not emotional shutdown disguised as strength. True Stoic response is emotional awareness combined with emotional regulation. You feel the discomfort, you acknowledge it internally, and then you choose your response rather than defaulting to your reaction. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That principle doesn't mean you go numb. It means you decide what you do with what you feel. A man who is emotionally dead is not attractive. A man who is emotionally aware but not emotionally controlled is exhausting. A man who feels deeply and responds with composure, that man is magnetic. Every test she runs is, at its core, asking one question. Is this man the same man when things get hard as he is when things are easy? If the answer is yes, if your presence, your confidence, your sense of self remains consistent regardless of her mood, her words, or her silence, you will be the kind of man she finds impossible to walk away from. Not because you played a game, because you became real. That is what the Stoic response builds, not just a dating strategy, a version of yourself that is genuinely worth staying for. Olivia here. If this video opened something up for you, smash that like button, subscribe, and watch the next one. We're just getting started. Cheers!